Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Let's Play Let's Go Pokemon Eevee. This is episode number 19 in the series, and today we'll be taking on the Psychic Gym Leader. And we'll also be catching a legendary Pokemon if luck is on our side today, which should be pretty fun. I have a pretty bad habit in older generations of accidentally killing the legendary Pokemon, but I believe since we have to knock them out and then we get unlimited tries with the Pokeballs there, we should be in pretty good shape to catch the legendary Pokemon this time around. At least one of them. There's, I think, 4 in total that are catchable, and 5 that, the 5th one, you would that was Mew, you would have had to get the Pokeball add-on attachment for this game, which I am not spending an exorbitant amount of money just to get a Mew. If I was going to do that, I would have done it in the very beginning of the Let's Play, and we wouldn't have added Spoons to the team, because Mew is a better Pokemon all around, but that is not what we plan on doing today, folks. So, yeah, all we really want to do is get through this gym here, and see if we can catch ourselves the first of the legendary trio. So we'll see if that's possible. I don't think this gym in particular is going to be really bad. I don't think the rest of the game in general is going to be really bad. I know my plan last week was to have more episodes than usual, but we'll actually be doing that this week. And then, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 and Pokemon Soul Silver will be coming out a week later. I really struggled with like the last couple of episodes of Super Mario 64. So because that pushed back everything a little bit, I figured I would just take a week off and get everything sorted out, get all the Let's Plays finished, and then just sort of pre-post them and spend this whole week doing voiceovers and getting ready for the next Let's Plays in the series. So that is me being transparent about what is going on and why there was a delay last week and no videos came out, but that's all part of it, folks. You know how it goes. That's just the way the Average Joe channel goes. It wouldn't be an Average Joe channel without 2 things: loud-ass cars in the background, and some delays in videos, because that's just how it tends to go. And if you can hear my neighbors outside arguing or doing whatever, I apologize for that. I have absolutely zero idea what they're doing out there, and I really don't care to find out, to be brutally honest. But here we go. Oh, he's hitting Gun Show. I'm going to use the Sizzly Slide. That was actually pretty dang effective. Like, a lot more effective than I thought it was going to be against the Psychic-type Pokemon. So, I'm pretty happy with that. I'll take it. Call that a W right there. And I do believe at one point in time I actually do pause here and search up, like, what's the best route to get to the gym leader. But we'll see that when we get to it. When we cross that road, I will address it. Let's see. Now we're just moving platform to platform. You know, just trying to get ourselves to the next gym leader here. I do, as I've said in previous episodes, I really do enjoy the art of battling everybody in the gym. So that will overinflate the video a little bit, I'm sure. It's just one of my personal things. I really like to gain as much experience as I can prior to actually battling the gym leader. Just so that way I know what I'm getting into, honestly. That's like the biggest thing. It's like, I'd like to know if the gym leader is going to be a huge pain or if it's just going to be kind of bad. And they keep putting my main man Spoons to sleep. This is quite annoying. I think, no, yeah, I was going to say, we should just go and wake him up. It makes no sense to not do so. That would be a really foolish decision. And Psychic isn't going to do a lot to us. I think one more Shadow Ball should wrap this one up here. It should be pretty easy. I think a lot of this gym is going to be relatively easy. Erica herself might give us some trouble, but even that, I really don't foresee it being, like, overly bad. It might be a little challenging, but I don't think it's going to be the end of the world, so I think this should be a pretty straightforward episode. And then I think I cut a lot out of the area where we'll be catching our first legendary, but I do cover some of it because I like to give, like, a general, this is what the area looks like sort of deal. But it's pretty standard stuff in this episode. Oh, a Haunter. That's a surprise. For a Psychic type gym, you don't think there would be a lot of Ghost type Pokemon in here. Really doesn't make sense why he's in here. I mean, Psychic is probably going to rip him a new one, so it really doesn't matter that he's here, but yeah. Yeah, that went about as well as I thought it was going to go for Haunter. And she's going to send out another Haunter. I honestly, yeah, I was thinking about switching there just to get Wombo some experience here, because Wombo is going to be a pretty hard-hitting player come the end of the game. Really going to rely on Wombo for a lot of his water-type abilities there, but he's good as, like, the dual Psychic typing. It personally gives me just a lot less to worry about, because Psychic is usually pretty effective against, I don't want to say everything, but like almost everything in the game. Like it could do what it needs to do. And I'm honestly not sure here if I cut out like the point where I freeze the screen and search up like what's the correct order. I do know I look it up at some point in time, but I can't remember when that is. And I might just, you might just see me go still for a couple seconds and then I just sort of pull it up off screen. I forget what exactly I do. Oh boy, okay. Yeah, I think we're officially in the realm where we're kind of getting lost. I think that's just going to send us back over to where we were. Yeah, we should search this up. Come on, Average Joe. What are you doing, buddy? It has to be one of these in the middle here. I can't remember. It's been so long. Normally I just run around like a chicken with its head cut off, and that's how I typically figure it out, but I feel like right now we're just wasting time jumping from building to building, being as there's only really 3 buildings left, excluding Sabrina's building. I don't know why I keep going back to that one, just because that one seems like the right way to go, I think. It might be this bottom left one. Yeah, I think you can see here I'm just sort of standing still. That's because I'm searching up how to actually make the path here. But while we wait and we stare at Average Joe and Eevee gun show there, just doing their own thing, I'd like to do my traditional outro. So if you like this episode thus far, hey, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff is greatly motivational for myself to make videos just like this in the future, and costs you nothing on your end. So, you know, if you like the video, like the game or whatever, feel free to drop a like. And if you want to continue to see content like this, yeah, consider subscribing to the channel. Come out with the videos for this week. I don't even want to give like a clear timeline, but I'm expecting they'll come out Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, maybe Saturday, Sunday to wrap it up. I don't know. I have them all completed, but I don't have as many in front of me. Like, I don't know how many there are left in the series, and I still have to do the voiceover on them and whatnot. And then, yeah, like I said, we play Super Mario 64 on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I believe, of this week. Maybe Sunday for the finale, but yeah, let's get through this. Here comes another Haunter. Not too big of a deal. We could deal with Haunter pretty easily. We've dealt with him in the past, and it tends to never be a problem. So let's just take him out nice and easy. Nice and easy. Go, see you later, Haunter. Eventually we're going to run into a Haunter that outspeeds us, which is going to be a sad day, but I have to imagine it's going to happen sooner or later. Oh, and here I go. I start to give some EXP to Wumbo. That sounds like somebody screaming out their car window on the street. It is a lively time in my town this time of year. There's lots of parties and things like that going on, and people just losing their mind, I guess. Here we go. Let's see what Wumbo can do. Can you lay down the punch? Wumbo can. Alright, I have to pause for a second, but I'll be right back. And I am back, folks. I apologize for that. I had to take a quick call. But yes, we have kept out Wumbo here. We need to get Wumbo some training. I feel like Wumbo's a little bit under-leveled. It's especially going to become really prevalent, I think, in the post-game. If I recall correctly, Mewtwo, in the post-game of this game, is going to be right around level 70. Which in the past was never a problem for myself because you could just throw the Master Ball at it because all you want to do is catch it anyways. But in this game, I think it's going to pose a serious threat because we can't just do that. We have to knock it out first prior to catching it. So I think that is going to be a serious problem. But here we go. Let's get back on track. Doodly-doo-doo-doo. Make my way over here. How you doing, trainer? Oh, she won't let me reach her so easily. You mean I can't use one of these teleport pads to get there? Kinda seems pretty effective. Everything considered. Seems like I can easily do that, and no one will stop me. Ooh, Kadabra versus Kadabra. Spoons versus a regular Kadabra. Who's gonna win here? I have a pretty good idea. I think it's gonna be Spoons. By a large margin. Okay. He doesn't know any dark-type moves or ghost-type moves, so we're good. It is incredible. I always forget. I'm just going to leave this here. It has nothing to do with this battle. But I always forget the effectiveness of Crunch against a Psychic-type Pokemon. Like, it is devastating when Crunch comes out. I don't see it very often, but every time I do, it really catches me off guard. And it is extremely devastating to our Pokemon. Like, it never holds well. And that would be if Gunshow needed any additional experience, which it doesn't at this point. But if it did, we could use that Dark-type move that Gunshow learned and really make, like, clean work of everything here. Like, it would be extremely effective. But like I said, your starter usually gets pretty overpowered pretty quickly in this game. So... And yes, the damage is doing less now, but that's because of the light screen, so that is going to be a problem, because as you can see, I probably cannot tank another one of those. I'm going to let Spoons go out in his own accord, though. He's earned himself that justice. Did he knock him out? He did. Good job, Spoons. Spoons really coming through, man. I never doubted Spoons, but there's moments like that where you just gotta let your Pokemon take one for the team, man. You know? If he wasn't up to the challenge, he wasn't up to the challenge. Who am I to save him from his fate? His trainer? The person who has the antidotes for all his problems? One could argue that. But one could also argue that the Pokemon need to learn, man. They need to learn what they're going up against. And if they're not ready to take on a gym trainer, they're not ready to take on a gym leader, and Spoons proved his own worth there. Now, this trainer only has one Pokemon, which is scary. It's a Hypno, okay, not as scary. Hypno's a pretty solid Pokemon. I've said that like a dozen times here, but Hypno really is a great Pokemon. Like, nothing to understate on Hypno. He's going to use Headbutt. That actually might be like a one-hit KO. No, not as effective. Man, you see like a lot of people with Snorlax on their team will use like Body Slam and things like that, and it always does remarkable damage, but it seems like anytime I try to use a normal type against a Psychic type, that's what I get right there, is like next to no damage against the Psychic typing Pokemon. So I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure if it has to do with like the normal type, whatever, just the stats of like physical attacks on some of the Psychic type Pokemon, and maybe that's sort of off-puts the actual damage it does, but I have never had success with it personally. So if you have out there, good for you, but I haven't. And that restored all of the PP. All of the PP has been restored. Just what we needed. And here is Sabrina, of course. This is going to be... It's either going to be really challenging or a cakewalk. It's going to be one of the two. I'm not really quite sure which one, but it's for sure going to be one of the two. She had psychic power since she was a child, much like myself. I don't even know what joke I was going to throw in there, but I was going to try. And it's the thought that counts, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Sabrina starting off with a Mr. Mime, one of the Pokemon that I always found just the most disturbing to look at. Yeah. Need I say more? That is a disturbing image. I'm sure Shadow Ball is going to be a 2-hit KO here. I'm pretty confident in that. Mr. Mime's actually got some pretty good stats, but... I do like when he uses Psychic, he waves his little arms like that. That is pretty neat. But I don't really think Mr. Mime's going to be able to do much against this. I think this is going to be pretty easy here. Let's open another Soda Pop. There we go. See you later, Mr. Mime. Till next time, Mr. Mime. With that, I'm rhyming. Young Jeezer over here. Alakazam. Alakazam is probably going to be where the struggle is in this fight. Like, if it was going to be anywhere, it's going to be up against Alakazam. I think Alakazam is going to do some setup moves here. No, he's going with the straight Psychic. Pretty bold. Apparently not, because it was a critical hit and it caused me to faint and die. That kind of sucks. I think Gun Show is our next best option. But I'm going to go with Chomper for whatever reason. Especially, I don't think Chomper knows Earthquake at this point in time. Which should show you how far ahead we are in the game. A Drill Run should do some decent damage as long as it hits, though. Drill Run. Come on, Chomper. There we go. That was pretty solid. Can he pull it off again? I don't know. And how much damage is this going to do? Enough. Yeah. Good job, Chomper, though. Chomper held his own and knocked Alakazam down a peg. That's really what we needed. Now, Gun Show, yeah, has Batty Bad as a move. So it does have a Dark-type move that should be extremely effective against all of these Pokemon. Instead, I go for Sizzly Slice for whatever reason. Or Sizzly Slide, yeah. That'll be enough to knock out Alakazam. Alakazam was like our biggest threat there, so I think we're going to be pretty good moving on. But, you never know, right? Like, things could turn into bad news here. Slowbro, this is going to be for Splinter. Master Splinter coming out in the flesh. There he is. Splinter. And regardless of what move, I think Thunder Punch is going to be our weakest, but I think if we just use Thunderbolt twice, we'll be pretty solid here. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, it's not a one-hit KO, but we should be okay. It's going to make me a little drowsy. But Thunder Punch should clear this up here. There we go. Goodbye, Slowbro. I love Slowbro as a Pokemon, but he is just so dang slow, man. He's... I mean, it's in his name. You should be able to guess that, but he's really slow, like bad. And Jinx. Okay, yeah, so this is the only Pokemon I think that is worse in appearance than Mr. Mime. This is a disturbing Pokemon to look at. Like, honestly, probably the most disturbing Pokemon. What is that? I mean, they gave it enormous lips amongst other bodily features that no Pokemon should have on them. It's purple. It's weird. It's like Grimace in a dress with blonde hair. It's very bizarre. It's an image, and not a good one. I think, honestly, out of all things I could wake up to in the middle of the night and be terrified of, that's like in the top 5 right there. Like that, just because it's so bizarre, it would be disturbing to see. I don't think I would ever emotionally recover. Like, it's horrible. But there we go. Taiga pulling off. Taiga coming in strong. Who would have guessed Taiga would have made an appearance in this episode, let alone is going to be the one to finally defeat Sabrina. That is a big shocker. Yeah, the 2+1 shocker right there. But there we go. We have defeated Sabrina. We have the Marsh badge, which should not line up with the Psychic-type Pokemon at all. A Marsh? I don't know. Whatever. Pokemon up to level 70 will listen to me, and we got Calm Mind, which we'll never see again. Okay. Thanks, Sabrina. Let's try to talk to you one more. There we go. Nothing of value. So now let's boodly doop our way out of here. Hee hee hee. Nobody would know if he had that power. Good for you, sir. Good for you. Now we get to the jumpy parts of the episode, because of course we do. Why wouldn't things get jumpy right around this time? Let's start beep-bopping, jumping around, and doing some of the fun stuff that we want to do in this episode. Here we go. So we're all the way over here, making our way over town. We are... I'm trying to think of where this is. Yeah, the cut path right by Misty's town there is where we are. A loud ass. There it is. It is an Average Joe episode. Can you believe it? A loud ass car went by. That's all we needed. We had some neighborly disputes. I was just waiting. I kept thinking to myself, when is the loud car going to drive by? And now it has. My dreams have been fulfilled, ladies and gentlemen. I can rest easy. I can rest assured. The episode's integrity has been compromised, per usual. Here comes a Rhyhorn. Of course, I've got Spoons in the first position from our last battle. The Pokemon who's least inept to deal with this crap. So let's spend out Wumbo. Wumbo. W is for Wumbo. M for Mini. Always remember that. And this is Mega Horn, which is a bug-type move, which is going to be really effective. That's bad. That's scary. But there's no chance he's going to outspeed me here, so we're fine. As long as this is a one-hit KO, we're good. And it is. As expected. And it's nice at this part in the Let's Play, because I can kind of cut and paste as I choose, like what we're going to show. Just because all of our Pokemon are fully evolved. No more evolutions. So we're just getting down to the brass tacks of stuff. And then beating the Pokemon League, beating our final gym leaders, and catching some legendary Pokemon and signing off. So not so bad. But here's a good old Thunderbolt. I think it'll take 2 against Lickitung. Yeah, that's fair. Send off another Thunderbolt. There we are. And the dog is stretching. The big stretch. Big stretches. And we found a Thunderstone, which kind of makes me wish I held on to one of the Eevees I found earlier in the game. Not because I want to replace Splinter at this point in time, but because, like I said, at the end of the series, I really want to, when I'm signing off, I want to give Average Joe a team that he could just ride off into the sunset with. Sort of start anew after all this, because like I said, this isn't a team I would typically use. You know, they're just sort of in place to be the team that I'm using for this Let's Play. I want to move him to the front, but I don't know how useful he's even going to be in this battle that is upcoming. Like, I'm not really sure. But let's go. Let's catch some Pokemon. You know me. I always like to give you guys a feel for what this place is about prior to going and doing the important stuff. If there's going to be large cuts, which in an area like this, there most definitely is going to be. I don't think this area is particularly large. It may have added like 5 minutes additional to the video. But at the same point in time, like, these voice recordings just get a little bit harder to do the more we progress throughout the series, so. And I'm actually switching to Great Balls here, because if you know what lies in here, you'll know what we'll be attempting to catch, and all the Ultra Balls we can get will be necessary. Man, for a Pokemon that's shaped like a Pokeball, it is really difficult to capture this guy. You think it would be much easier, given how he looks, but I guess that's not the case. He's really giving us a tough time, and I really just want him to add him to the Pokedex. Nothing more. He's not really all that useful to myself. Come on, get in there. There we go. We got him. We caught an Electrode. Very nice. There we go. Put him away in the Pokebox. Good enough. Let's go catch his Voltorb. What is this? I forget what this guy's called. Yeah, this is Voltorb. What was the other guy called? Oh, Electrode, yeah. What am I even talking about? I'm just being a dingus right now, is what I'm doing. Like I said, this is just to give you guys, like, the kind of Pokemon you can catch in here. I think there's some Electabuzzes hanging out. I think we do end up catching one in here. Nothing huge to write home about, but like I said, it's neat because, yeah, when it comes to that last episode, I really want to give Average Joe a different team that he could sail off into the sunset with. So it'll be fun, you know, when this game comes to a close, to look back and say, this is finally the team that we'll be going off with, so. Oh, come on, just catch him. It should be easy enough. There we go. $257 EXP, not bad, not bad. Not great, but not the worst thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Let's pick up this Max Revive here. The Max Revives are going to be nice come the Elite Four. I don't know how much we'll need them, but here's an Electabuzz. So he's a cool looking Pokemon. I like him. And he's huge, which means he's going to be a pain to catch. And he's already showing as red. We might as well give him a berry. Eat this berry. Eat it. So now the circle's moving a little bit slower for him. We got a nice throw there. Hopefully this is an easy catch. It's not going to work that way for me. Because of course it's not. I stink at this stuff personally. I'm terrible at it. We don't want to use any Master Balls. Of course not. We don't want to use any Ultra Balls. I have no idea if we're even going to be able to catch the Pokemon we're coming up against. But if we can, that would be amazing. Man, my neighbors just won't shut the fuck up. Just going on and on about some bullshit out there. Oh, Electabuzz, please. Come on, I want to catch you, buddy. You're a cool looking Pokemon. I've never used you, but you look pretty damn cool. Come on, give it one more try. Let's go. That's an excellent throw. We should get this here. Easy. Come on. There we go. We got him. That's all I needed to see. Now we've seen enough. The whole rest of the place is just like this. There's some Pokeballs that are turned upside down that are actually Electrodes, but outside of that, let's cut to what the biggest thing is that you can find here, ladies and gentlemen. because that is the biggest part. Here we go. We're all the way at the end. And here he is. The man himself. The legendary Pokemon. Zapdos. My favorite of the legendary birds. Man, look at him. Just a beast. Unfortunately for him, he has some major weaknesses. I mean, Chomper's going to be able... He should at least get a hit off. I'll give him that. Because, yeah, Zapdos will have some pretty good moves. Yeah, Drill Run won't affect him. We need to use Rock Throw, buddy. Come on, no, it's not going to affect him. I didn't miss. It just doesn't affect him, period. It's a ground-type move, and he's a flying-type Pokemon. Rock Throw is going to be our most effective. That's not great. I'm trying to think of what we even have that's going to do better than that. Probably not a lot. Unfortunately, Rock Throw doesn't cause any, like, status conditions either. Which is going to make this a ton harder. And the dog is itching herself. She's an itchy girl. Chomper hung in there. I might give a potion to Chomper. I think Chomper deserves this. Yeah, he deserves this W. And on it, I don't know any other Pokemon that's going to fare better. Or any Pokemon that really deserves it. I mean, Chomper's been pretty solid to us the last couple episodes. I've been really surprised. You can see up there in the top left, you do have a max of 5 minutes to knock these Pokemon out, so you can't just constantly revive your Pokemon and do chip damage, which is nice. I think that's a nice added thing. But now we have unlimited tries to just throw Pokeballs at Zapdos as long as we have the Pokeballs at hand. Want to be careful not to hit Runaway there or hit the Master Ball here. We have 43 Ultra Balls, and if we have to use every single one of them, I hate to tell you folks, but we'll do it. I have notoriously knocked out more legendaries than I've caught over the years, so I'm going to give this my all. But like I said, if you guys made it this far in the episode, or even made it to the previous area, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff is greatly motivational for myself and continues to motivate myself to make videos just like this in the future. This week, I'm sure we're going to have a ton of extra episodes that we wouldn't normally have, but our typical schedule moving forward past this Let's Play, once everything wraps up this week, is going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we will have Kingdom Hearts 2 episodes coming out, and Tuesday, Thursday, we will have Pokemon Soul Silver with an occasional Saturday episode as we catch up, maybe every other week or something like that, but that is the plan moving forward. Yeah. If you guys want to like, comment, subscribe, or anything like that, let me know. And if you want to pick my starter for Pokemon Soul Silver, this is the video to definitely drop that in. Drop that in the comments below, and give me a name for the starter. And whichever one is the most popular, I'll give it that. The only thing I ask is please do not make it Cyndaquil, because I want the game to be a little bit harder than it typically is. And I've used Cyndaquil in a lot of Let's Plays recently. So I either want to go with Fur Alligator or whatever Chikorita turns into. But, yeah. Between those two, narrow it down and give it a name. And, yeah, if I like your comment, you'll be the winner. The winner, chicken dinner. And you can also pick out some Pokemon for me to use in that Let's Play, too, because I want to use Pokemon that I haven't used in the past with the exception of Ampharos. So that's the only thing that I know at this point will be consistent. But until next time, guys, there you go. We caught Zapdos. So the first of the legendary birds is down, and I hope to catch one of the next legendary birds in one of the next upcoming episodes. But until next time, guys, everybody take it easy, and I hope you all had a snazzy week and an even snazzier weekend watching this. Peace out.